Today is Wednesday, April 17th, a glorious morning here in Greenville, just before 10 o'clock. Celebrating our groundbreaking for the 8th, I think, Grand Bohemian Hotel, located here on the banks of the Reedy River in Falls Park in downtown Greenville. This is a stunning location. This Grand Bohemian Hotel is going to be a majestic gem right here on the Falls Park. So guests that will be staying in the rooms here overlooking the park will think they're in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. No telling where you are. You close your eyes, listen to the waterfalls at night. It's a fantastic location. We're certainly honored to be here in Greenville today and starting this project. In about 2 years, we'll be hopefully celebrating the grand opening and being a part of this community. But it took a lot of people to get here today, and we want to recognize those people and give thanks to everybody that made this day possible. So anyway, we're excited, and we look forward to a great future here in Greenville. Good morning, good morning. It is a gorgeous morning. Well, you've got a front row seat here to enjoy the beautiful park and the beautiful weather today, and it's a perfect day to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Grand Bohemian Hotel here in Greenville. As I said, good morning. I'm Mark Kessler, President and COO of the Kessler Collection Design and Development. I want to first thank you all for joining as we celebrate the groundbreaking of a new addition to our Kessler Collection, Grand Bohemian Hotel Greenville. As exciting as it is to add one more luxury boutique hotel to our hospitality brand, it's just as humbling to become part of the Greenville community. Falls Park on the Reedy River is without question Greenville's signature urban amenity, a visionary intervention that is enjoyed by locals as well as visitors. Just as the greatest American parks include iconic park lodges, Falls Park on the Reedy River is no exception. Grand Bohemian Hotel Greenville seeks to create a civic gateway marking an entrance to the park. The architecture of the Grand Bohemian Hotel Greenville will be expressed in materials native to the upcountry. Warm, natural materials will include stone, timber, and weathered wood, with generous expanses of glass, opening views to this unmatched natural oasis. We appreciate the opportunity to bring our bohemian lifestyle, artful experiences, and warm hospitality to Greenville. The Kessler Collection's presence in Greenville is largely attributed to the great leadership and vision provided by Mayor Knox White. He has been a big supporter of our newest development, along with a few other key individuals. Nancy Wentworth, acting city manager, facilitated our work with the city, and Mike Pitt, city attorney, assisted with final documents. Our working relationship with these individuals and their teams have provided an unwavering support to make this vision a reality. At this time, I would like to invite Mayor White to the stage to say a few words.
Good morning. I think we all feel like we go to a lot of groundbreakings and things. This is no ordinary groundbreaking. So Richard and Mark and your whole team, thank you for being here on this amazing day. The pollen has gotten me really bad, so I'll try to get beyond that. I want to first recognize members of City Council all here because we have to be here. This is really a real letter day. And Mark, we got Lillian Fleming, George Fletcher, Russell Stahl. And we're all here this morning because more than anything else, if we look at our city and what we're trying to do, we want this to be a city that is uncommonly beautiful. We want this to be a city where people come and say, wow, it's authentically and uniquely Greenville, South Carolina. And we appreciate the fact that this hotel, the quality of it, the amazing location of it, will indeed fit that definition of being unique and authentic and contribute to what we have here in Greenville, South Carolina. I want to pay tribute at this moment to a man who saw the authenticity and uniqueness of this location before Richard Kessler did. Someone did, and that's Tommy White, and to the members of the White's Law Firm. A little hand of applause for them, for all the men here. And he saw it at a time when a lot of people didn't see it, or some people even scoffed at that location, but here we are. In 1824, Greenville got its first hotel, the Mansion House Hotel, 1824. Same location, 1924, what is now the Weston Point set. So hotels have always been these historic markers in our community, as they are in other cities. They're not the public buildings, and yet they are. They definitely reflect a community's heritage and, again, the community's authenticity. It's been that way in other cities. It's very much been that way in our history in Greenville, South Carolina. And this will be a huge part of it. I had a chance a couple weeks ago to talk to Miguel Rosales, who is the designer of the Liberty Bridge. And we talked about this. And Miguel wanted me to pass along his excitement and enthusiasm for this because in some ways, as he put it, and I'll kind of quote him, his bridge kind of went from where to nowhere. There wasn't anything on this side. It was an office development and parking area. It wasn't really part of the park in that sense. And truly, this provides a punctuation point and a symmetry, if you will, to Falls Park itself and to the Liberty Bridge. And he very much appreciates it as well. So thank you to your whole team. It's been a joy to work with all of you from day one. And thank you for bringing Christian Sattel to Greenville, South Carolina. I've been trying for decades to get him here, and lo and behold, he shows up with this project, and so excited to see that too. So congratulations, everyone. We look forward to a truly epic grand opening in a couple months. Thank you very much.
Well, Mayor, we appreciate that. A couple months. So the Hunt team's got to tighten up their schedule a little bit. They told us yesterday it's a couple years. So Jeff and your team, if you'll please tighten up that schedule. So that was a good intro to ask on stage Mr. Jeff Clemens. He's the vice president of AECOM Hunt Construction. They are currently building another project for us now in Savannah, Georgia, Plant Riverside District. Many of you may know of that project. If not, I urge you to go online and check it out. It's a remarkable project, and Hunt's our contractor there. And so we've commissioned them with this project, and you see some beautiful renderings before you, and that's got to happen by some hard work and some determined individuals. So at this time, I'd like to ask Jeff Clemens to come up and tell us how he's going to get it done in 2 months.
Well, thanks, Mark. Thank you, Mayor White. Good morning, everyone. We at Hunt Construction Group are very proud, obviously, to be part of this exciting groundbreaking here in the city of Greenville. AECOM, our parent company, has an office in the Greenville area and has had it for more than a decade. So although many of us, have come here from other cities, we certainly feel a family connection to the city of Greenville. I'd like to acknowledge our construction partners, Jurgen, Potter, and Smith, on this particular project. YPS has been with Hunt from the beginning and has played an instrumental role in helping Hunt bring this project to reality. So I'd personally like to thank Sam Smith, somewhere in the crowd here, and his team for their efforts. Obviously, I want to thank the Kessler team for allowing us to participate in this iconic build. From the moment we were approached by Kessler for the Grand Bohemian, we knew the project was going to be something very special. Today, as you sit here at the groundbreaking, you can imagine how impressive the view is going to be from your guest suite down to the river, or how peaceful it'll be to spend time with your friends on a terrace bar with the sounds of the falls in the background. A project like the Grand Bohemian is why we, as builders, do what we do. We can all build boxes, we can all build skyscrapers with utilitarian themes, but very few of us get to build something this unique, something truly remarkable. I'm sure that once we complete the Grand Bohemian, it will be treasured by everyone who experiences it. And I personally can't wait for you to see it when it's done. Again, thank you to the Kessler team for allowing us to be this fantastic opportunity and to be part of your vision and to be part of this beautiful Greenville landscape. Thank you. Mark?
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Next, I'd like to invite to the stage one of our financial partners. Obviously, a project like this takes a lot of money, takes a lot of dedication, and it takes the right partners. So we've worked with this company, CMB Regional Centers, on one other project. So we're very happy to have them here as our second project here, our Grand Bohemian with them. And Greenville is a place that they obviously fell in love with as we did. So at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Roshan Verma up here, as he's a senior finance and investment analyst, for CMB Regional Centers. Come up, Roshan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, for those kind words. I'm here on behalf of CMB Companies and Hogan family, who has invested in this project. Just to give you a little bit of a background on CMB, CMB works under a program called EB-5 program that allows foreign nationals to achieve permanent residency in the United States through investment. CMB regional centers offer investment to foreign nationals so that they can be in the United States on permanent basis, and once they have made the investment, that gives them an opportunity to earn a permanent green card here in the United States. So far for us, this is not just a hotel project. This is an economic development project for us, something great for Greenville in long term, and we see that as a job creation opportunity for our investors that we can be a part of. We are here for two reasons. We love Greenville. We believe in the economic opportunity that has been presented to us that will create a lot of jobs in the upcoming years in Greenville. I remember the first time Richard talked about, sorry about that. I remember the first time, Richard, Noreen, and I were sitting in the office about a different project, and he got really excited about the design part of the project, and he wanted to explain each and every part of it. And after the meeting, when we came out from Savannah, and I was talking to Noreen, and Noreen was like, I'm dazzled by this project. We got to be part of this public-private partnership. And if we can play a bigger role than just EB-5 capital, let's see if there is an opportunity to play a family investment that we can be part of in the long term, because I really believe in this project. And that's how the project started for us, and that's how we started working with the Kessler team to get this project up and running from the design to the capital point of view. Again, we are incredibly proud of the extraordinary project, in Greenville with Kessler and our partners Andersons that have played an important role in the project. We love the economic opportunity. We love Greenville. It's going to be a very fun time in year coming up. And again, I'd like to thank you, Richard, for your vision and the leadership. Again, I want to thank Kessler team for all their hard work. Thank you, Mayor, for coming down here. Thank you.
Thank you, Roshan. We look also forward to expanding our vision with Marriott's autograph collection. As some of you may know, we are the founding members and began a relationship back in 2010 with Marriott. We put 7 of our hotels in to found the autograph collection for Marriott, and today I think there are over 100 properties, and I know here in the United States there's close to 100 here in the United States. Today we continue to be an innovative and trusted partner with Marriott as one of their largest owners and operators in the world. Bringing that relationship to Greenville is truly exciting. I'd now like to ask Richard Vayu, Area VP of Full Service Franchise at Marriott, to say a few words.
Morning, everyone. I'm Richard Vayu, AVP with Marriott International. So first of all, congratulations, Richard and Mark, the Kessler Collection, the city of Greenville. We're really quite excited about this project. This is going to be a beautiful future autograph hotel. I was with Starwood for 30 years before, and I've had the privilege of staying at Kessler Collection hotels for a lot of years. It started off at the Westin Bohemian in Orlando. That's now an Autograph today. And really, it's always a great experience when you stay at Kessler, and this is going to be an example of that also. Mr. Kessler has been a great contributor to the Autograph brand. He's been an innovator part of that brand. He's been a big part of where we are today with Autograph and with Marriott. And he continues to add great hotels. Just in the past couple of months, he added an Autograph in Beaver Creek. We're going to have a beautiful JW in Savannah. We're going to add another Autograph in Charlotte. Now we have a great Autograph that's going to be here in Greenville. So that's really quite exciting. I live in LA, and so I have a lot of hotels across the country. I travel a lot, and one of the things I do every month with my girlfriend is travel on a weekend once a month. And I don't think we ever had Greenville on our list, but when you see a project like this, I think we'll be coming out to Greenville at some point in time. So it's really a fantastic hotel. So congratulations again. Thank you for your partnership, Richard. We appreciate everything you do for Autograph as well as for Marriott. We appreciate what a Kessler collection does and your partnership. And we really look forward to having this great project launch in 2 months from now. And look forward to staying here. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Well, obviously, a project like this, you've got a vision. Somebody's got to put it on paper so that the contractors can build it. And we've got a team of 2 great architecture firms. We have Sotil and Sotil from Savannah and Cooper Carey from Atlanta. Mr. Christian Sotil and Richard have worked diligently on the Savannah Plant Riverside District project. Anthony, his associate, built this beautiful model. I think he built that, a night or 2, right?
I think I was on Knox's schedule.
2 nights to build a beautiful schedule and put all those little trees on there one by one. And so it's good to have that project here today. So if any of you have not seen that, Anthony can kind of tell you, but if you kind of get down and look at it different perspectives, it really gives you a nice vantage point and feeling for what's going to be here in a few months from now. So, Christian, I'd like to invite you up to say a few words about the project, please.
Well, thank you, Mark. Wow, after 3 years of development, I can't believe we're here. What an amazing day. There is a great spirit in this site. Great cities are a reflection of their own natural attributes. Certainly in Greenville, it's expressed in the beautiful intersection of a city with nature. But I think what cities are really doing is reflecting the people that dream and guide them forward. The spirit of this site would be inspirational to Tommy Weich, as he presided over so much of Greenville's renaissance from this very vantage point. That was very important to us as we began. And then, of course, the spirit of this site inspired Richard Kessler from his very first visit to it. In fact, Richard immediately set about developing sketches on notepaper after his very first visit. And I can say, as an architect, when a client develops sketches on the back of a napkin, they're usually not that accurate. But that was not the case here. In fact, we later returned to this site. We spent a 2-day session in the old offices here overlooking the falls, and we worked on that design and dreamt about how this site could be adapted to bring the vision and spirit of this place to others. And well, the vision in Richard's early sketches held true, and it guided us through our entire design process. The spirit of this site, of course, is also foundational to the great work that Mayor Knox White is doing here, bringing his vision for a beautiful and connected series of public spaces to this city. And he's, in fact, worked carefully with us to ensure the design of this new eastern gateway to the park is fully realized for residents and visitors. So Greenville residents and visitors will soon arrive at the eastern side of the Liberty Bridge. There will be a wear on the other side, to be greeted by a grand public event lawn that flows seamlessly to a shared pedestrian space at Fall Street and Camperdown Way. The space that we're in right now, can you imagine, transformed to a large public event lawn. And I'll have to say the same spirit of civic purpose extends throughout this city. The city staff here in Greenville, we thank you. includes the Design Review Board, who came out to the site on numerous occasions to work with us, all of the city departments, and of course our whole professional team. We were warmly welcomed and guided through this process. And we have all been inspired collectively by the spirit of this place. As architects, we work to bring this spirit to life through timber, glass, stone, and the Grand Bohemian Greenville is conceived as a building that draws from the best traditions of great park lodges, with strong, simple massing, warm, natural materials, and a design that responds to the natural features, views, and topography of this very special site, opening it up to the beauty of its surroundings. The spirit of this site and the many people it has inspired has animated every single design decision, from the entrance lobby with its grand fireplace to multi-level timber porches that overlook the river. Residents and visitors will be inspired by art, live music, outdoor dining, and the incredible natural beauty of this site. So we are truly honored to embark on the next steps in this journey, this rarest of opportunities to transform the Eastern Gateway to Falls Park into a new civic space to be enjoyed by generations of Greenville citizens and the guests that they welcome into their great city. So thank you.
Christian is always such a great storyteller. Christian, I think we'll have to have a experience with you at least once a week up here. You'll be traveling back and forth to tell everybody about the project in your so eloquent ways. So thank you for those words. Now, lastly, I'd like to bring up one gentleman that's pretty important in this project. He'd like to be known as my younger brother, which is fine. I'll accept that today. It's, he's the reason why we're here today. So I'd like to tell you a little bit of story about the visionary behind this project, Richard Kessler. For those of you that don't know him, Richard sees the world a little differently. Where we see art, he sees stories. From the artists who create the many beautiful places in the world that are the inspiration for it. He defines experiences as more than moments in time, but how art, music, food, and wine connects cultures. Richard's creativity sees no boundaries, and he pays little regard to the status quo. Most evident in 1984 when he began a luxury boutique hotel collection before it was on trend. And the way that he has transformed each hotel into an art gallery, transforming our guests with experiences. He's an entrepreneur, an astute businessman, active church leader, creative philanthropist, and impassioned collector of arts and antiques. His collections can be found in 9 Kessler Collection hotels, adorning the walls of our corporate offices and every nook and cranny in his home, from floor to ceiling of 2 warehouses and moving trucks and SUVs across the Southeast and cargo containers on the high seas. I think you understand the need for the Grand Bohemian Greenville. If you don't believe me, just ask Donna Curry. Where's Donna? I saw Donna. Donna, she's our art curator. Every time I go by her desk at the office, she's got invoices piled this high, and our CFO's over there. I'm having to give them CPR every day to resuscitate them. So the good news is we have a place to put hotel, but the bad news is, Donna, he's going to keep filling up those museums with storage places with more art. So since Richard, you're the visionary, I'd like to invite you up here to tell us a little bit more about this project and why you're doing this here today, sir.
Thank you, brother. You're welcome. Oh, my goodness. It's amazing what you get accused of, Well, first of all, I want to thank Donna Curry. He's mentioned Donna. Donna's my associate, my assistant, and she does a fabulous job. And she loves putting together these kind of affairs. So, Donna, thank you for all of us for all your work. Well done. I want to welcome you to today, and good morning to you. It's a beautiful morning here. I'm sure every morning is like this in Greenville. It's the pride of America, all right here in one spot. And it's one of these true American cities that everybody holds up as an ideal for what America can be. And I applaud Marriott Knox. it's just amazing what you and your team and your leadership and your council has done to bring this place to where it is today. It's absolutely amazing. How I first really learned of Greenville, and I'd not been here before, years ago, friends of mine would travel and they'd say, Richard, you've got to go to Greenville, South Carolina. And I said, why would I go to Greenville, South Carolina? They said, well, first of all, it's a very unique city. It is beautiful and it is perfect for you because what you do would fit so well within that city. And they need you. And I said, I don't know about that, but in any case, I'll go there one day. Well, how it all began, I was at a meeting in Savannah, Georgia, and Mayor White was one of the presenters, actually, and one of the speakers, and I was very impressed with him. And so I introduced myself later, and he said, oh, yes. And so we talked about the town for a few minutes, and he said, where are you going to be later this evening? I said, well, I'm actually going to be having dinner at my hotel, the Mansion on Forsyth Park. And he said, you mind if I come by? I said, oh, certainly not. And I'm thinking, well, I'm sure he's going to get busy. He probably won't, I'll see him later. He probably won't be able to come tonight. Sure enough, as I was finishing dinner, guess who walks up? Mayor White. And I said, welcome. And so I said, sit down. We had a cup of coffee together. He said, Richard. Oh, wine, I'm sorry. How many glasses of wine? Oh, I did. So with this wine, he convinced me to come to Greenville, South Carolina. And it was a Kessler wine too, by the way. In any case, I said, yes, Mayor, I must come. With that kind of invitation and commitment on your part to come see me, I will certainly be there. So where I came. And before I came, however, I sent two of my people up here, Day and Brian. Where's Day and Brian? They were the advanced team, right here on the front row. They came, the advanced team, to look for opportunities, and they met with realtors, et cetera. And through that, they came back and said, okay, Richard, we've got 3 possible sites for you. And I said, all right, okay, I'm ready to go. So I came, met with the mayor first thing, and we chatted, and he welcomed me heartily to Greenville and said, anything we can do to help you, just let us know. We're glad to have you. And I said, all right. So we go start looking at sites, and we looked at a couple along Bay Street, and they were good sites. Nothing wrong with them at all. And they said, well, we have one more to show you. And I said, all right. And they said, we're not sure about it, but let's go look. I said, all right, let's go. I don't know if they were just baiting me into this or not. I'm not sure. But anyway, we walked up this site, and I saw it, and I said, oh, my gosh. The hunt is over. This is the site, without question. It had everything you could want. Beautiful views, beautiful water. You're in a park. It's like you're in the hills of South Carolina. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful place that you seldom see such an opportunity to build something. So at that point, I realized we really had to up our game again and do something very, very special. So that led to the negotiations, and with 40-some lawyers, where's our friendly lawyers here? There they are. How many? 40-some lawyers. Negotiation. Have you ever tried that? And all of them are smart, and all of them know the right thing to do. So through numerous negotiations on both of our parts and 30-some amendments to the contract, I think it was, and because of both of us working together and wanting to make this happen, it finally did happen. And one of our financial partners is here today, as you heard a few minutes ago. They've been a delight to work with. They got as excited about it as we were, and so they've been a very important part. Let's talk about the design a minute. After seeing the site, I realized we had to do something very special. It is not a typical hotel site, and we could not build a typical looking hotel on this site. Not something that I would build in some other city. It had to be something special. And the more I thought about it, I said, it does feel like you're in the hills. You're in with the waterfalls and the water, et cetera. You'd have to do something that respects that and that is in the flavor of that. So through that, it dawned on me, I need to build a lodge, something you would find in the hills or the mountains, and bring it right in here. With this kind of setting, it's the right thing to do. More expensive to do, but the right thing to do. and it will be a good investment. It will be an iconic place. And so with that thought, I proceeded. I was on the airplane then. I was on the Delta Airlines. I was flying, had 2 or 3 hours with nothing particular to do, and I started thinking about this site. And I could remember, I kind of memorized the size of the land, the shape of the land. And so I got a napkin and a pencil from the stewardess, and I found something to create a scale for me. And I could pretty much remember the dimensions. And from remembering a scale and developing a scale, I literally did a layout, a plot plan of it, and I did elevations to figure out how many floors we should build and how to work closely to the river but not intrude on the river. And so I wanted to relate to I wanted to bring ourselves to the environment, into the environment, so that when people were here, they could really feel the beauty and the drama of the place, not set it away from it to the point that you lost the feeling and the drama. So I literally drew it up, and I was then satisfied that this thing could be done and it could be built like that. And then that was a starting point when I met with Christian Sortil and his team, and what an architectural firm to deal with. I mean, wonderful. Christian and I and Anthony can sit down in an hour and do more than most architects I could in a week. So they're so professional and so sensitive to what they design, and the details is so important to them as it is to me. Another reason I liked Greenville so much, it was a community obviously committed to its own heritage, and that they were not just wanting to do another building. They wanted something special. And that's what Mayor White made clear to me. We want something special. We're about quality here. And certainly that's what has been part of our vision at the same time. We certainly share that. And we're very hopeful that you will be pleased at the outcome, and I think you will. This is a major investment on our part. It's one of the highest investments we made per key in any of our properties, but this site deserves it. This site deserves it. And that when it's finished, it'll be obvious that it was a major investment, and it'll also be obvious that it is an iconic place in the history of Greenville. So our goal then as the Kessler Collection is truly to become a part of this community and a part of this community life. It's very important. We want to be a part of it in every way. And so here we are, and this is our beginning statement. This project will create, by the way, over 200 jobs in this city, over 200. And with all the facilities and services we will have, it will be truly a resort in one place right here in your city. The other thing I want to, the other thing that I wanted to underline is is basically our commitment to doing a good job here, and a commitment to the mayor to be sure we follow what we said we were going to do and make it all happen. We're glad to be here. We thank you for your participation. We thank the staff of the city for being so helpful, which you have been, and thank you for all the staff, and thank you for council for supporting our vision and what we wanted to do here with you. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the day, and we look forward to the next big affair we have in about, not 2 months, but in about 18, 20 months, about 20 months. So we are hard at work, and construction is on the job, and we rolling. So enjoy, and we'll be around if you want to ask any questions. I'd invite you to look at the model, because if you look at that model, you will get a very good feel for what the project is all about. So welcome to the place, and have some food and enjoy your fellowship. Thank you.
Well, that concludes the presentation for today, and the hunt guides have got work to do. I know they're itching. I see the big heavy machinery here, and we promised them they'd be back to work by 11:30. So we're doing pretty good on time. So at this time, I'd like to invite everybody over here to the gold shovels. We're going to do a little formal ceremony, pictures and everything. But like Richard said, please enjoy the model refreshments, and we'll tell you more about the product. Also, where's our Cooper Carey friends? Where are they? Our other back here, Mandy and Vinny, and is Bob here? I see Bob. So they're our architect of record from Atlanta, working carefully with Christian Sotil to make it happen. So we thank them for their participation and partnership in this project as well. So we're going to gather over here and do a few pictures. Thank you.